Good morning, folks. I'm back today, and initially I thought हम ब्रेड पकोड़ा बनाएंगे, पर then I thought कि ब्रेड पकोड़ा में बेसन डलता है and all that. So I changed the recipe. We'll make bread rolls today. और ब्रेड रोल्स कैसे बनाते हैं? बहुत ही सिंपल है. कोई एक्स्ट्रा इंग्रेडिएंट्स की ज़रूरत नहीं है. ऑल यू रिक्वायर इज सम ब्रेड, एक पोटैटो चाहिए, अनियन चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. So today's menu will be bread rolls for my breakfast. What are the ingredients required for making a bread roll? I have purchased white bread. Brown bread से भी बन सकता है, but you know the texture of the bread roll doesn't come out well. तो I always use white bread. जब भी ब्रेड पकौड़ा बनाना है या ब्रेड रोल बनाना है, I prefer white bread. अदरवाइज मैं जनरली खुद भी ब्राउन ब्रेड ही खाता हूँ या होल व्हीट ब्रेड खाता हूँ, बट ये ब्रेड पकौड़ा और इसके लिए सबसे अच्छा ये बनता है. देन आई हैव टेकन 2 स्मॉल साइज पोटैटोज विच हैव टू बी बॉइल्ड एंड 1 अनियन. क्योंकि मैंने बनाना है 4 या 5 ब्रेड रोल्स, तो 4-5 के लिए ये काफ़ी है. 2 आलू और एक ये प्याज. एंड ऑफकोर्स नमक, मिर्च, salt and red chili powder and oil for frying. That is all is required, nothing else. So I have taken basically 4 आलू लिए हैं. आलू तो सिर्फ 2 ही चाहिए हमें, पर since I'm going to boil आलू, I'll boil extra so that I can use it subsequently also. So हमें basically we need only 2. So I've taken a cooker. I'm just making a slit like this. I'll see if it works. I'll show you if it works. And I'll put it in this utensil like this. इस बार जो है आलू को फुली बॉईल करना है, बिकॉज वी हैव टू मैश इट प्रॉपरली. लाइक आई हैड मेड फॉर दैट मसाला आलू. आलू के पीसेस दिखते थे, इसमें दिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. वी हैव टू मैश इट. सो आई हैव टू बॉईल इट फुल. सो दैट इज़ द ओनली टिप इन दिस. Once I put this, I've taken a small cooker. I put water in this. इस बर्तन को इसके अंदर रख देता हूँ और इसको गैस में रख दूंगा. I put it in the gas and I'll put the lid. Once the lid is placed, also put the weight इसका, because it has to cook under steam. Okay, so I've done that. 4-5 सीटी लगेगा, then we'll switch it off. In the meanwhile, I will cut this onion into small pieces. Now I've taken out the potatoes from the cooker. They are cooked. We'll peel it and mash it and prepare it. Okay. Now we got to prepare the filling, the aloo with onion. We'll prepare that in this kadai and then use it for filling in that bread roll. Okay, so keep a kadai like this, switch it on and add some oil to it. Okay, this oil is basically for the onion to cook properly. Add about 2 or 3 teaspoons, rather a tablespoonful of oil, and let it heat. Once the oil is hot, we've kept the chopped onions. We'll put that into this for cooking. And keep stirring it so that this pink color becomes transparent first and light brown. Till that time you keep cooking this. Keep the gas in sim. As you can see, the onion has started becoming a little brown. So जब ये थोड़ा सा ब्राउन होता है, then you can add little salt to taste. जो सब्जी में based on 2 potatoes, I'm just putting this much of salt. And you can add some chili powder. And a little bit of haldi. Haldi I always put because firstly it is good and potatoes will get that एक येलोइश टिंज कलर आ जाएगा. once you cook it a little bit like this, then you have to mash the potatoes and put it. How do you mash it? हाथ से ही कर दो. Squeeze the potatoes and put it inside with your hand. Or if you have a potato masher, you can mash it and put it. Aim है paste नहीं बनाना है. You just have to make it into small pieces. I've taken this potato and I've just ऐसे mash कर दिया मैंने. बस इससे ज़्यादा की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Similarly, the second potato also I've taken. I've just mashed it. And then cook this properly. So ये बनेगा आपका filling for the bread roll. Okay. So once your filling is ready, put off the gas. You can see the color of it. This is because of that haldi. नहीं तो ये white रहता. This potato filling is ready. Now we will prepare to make the bread rolls. Okay. So here I have taken a deep kadai. अगर चौड़ा वाला कढ़ाई लोगे, a bigger one, you'll have to put a lot of oil. To avoid that, I've taken a small kadai which is slightly deep. तो कम तेल में you can fry, And I put some oil and I switched on the gas for the oil to heat up. While this is being done, we will prepare the bread for the bread roll. Now I think the oil is hot. जब ऑयल हॉट होता है, यू कैन सी सम बबल्स कमिंग अप एंड अ क्रैकलिंग साउंड. मैंने मिनिमम में रखा हुआ है. आई केप्ट दिस गैस इन मिनिमम एंड यू कैन हियर सम क्रैकलिंग साउंड. ऑयल गर्म हो गया कि नहीं चेक करने के लिए टेक द कॉर्नर स्लाइस ऑफ द ब्रेड. एक पीस लेके जस्ट ट्राई एंड पुट इट इनसाइड टू सी. यू कैन सी द ब्रेड इज फ्लोटिंग. ओके, दैट इंडिकेट्स दैट द ऑयल इज हॉट. Okay, now that the oil is hot, we can start preparing our bread rolls. You can take a perforated spoon like this to take out whatever you want to take out once the bread rolls are ready. So this is just a trial that I had put to check whether the oil is ready or not. Now we will start making the bread rolls. Once your oil is hot, take a plate like this and इसमें plain drinking water डालिए. And then add some salt. This salt is for the bread which we will be soaking in this. Okay, add some salt and then mix the salt properly in this water. Okay, so that it gets uniformly mixed in that water that we have taken. This is just ठंडा पानी, गर्म पानी नहीं है, ये normal water है room temperature का. Once you mix the water like the salt in the water like this, take a bread slice and soak it in this. Okay, this bread is fresh. अगर fresh नहीं होगा, फ्रिज से निकाला bread, तो there is a chance that this bread में break, टूट जाएगा. टूटेगा तो ठीक से bread roll नहीं बनेगा. Okay, so it has to be fresh bread. If it is fresh bread, it will be more flexible and better to make. There's no need to cut the corners. Corners वैसे ही रहने देना. Once this is soaked, just take your hand, both the palms, and squeeze that excess water which is soaked. You have to squeeze the bread. अच्छी तरह से squeeze करेंगे तो bread बिल्कुल flat हो जाएगा. You can see this. This bread slice is almost flat now. Once it is flat, I just take 1 spoon of that filling जो मैंने बनाया है. That potato filling. You can take 1 spoon of that, this much, and close it from all sides. And slightly press it so that it gets joint, Join हो जाए. अच्छी तरह से press कर देना इसको. And squeeze it like this further and make a ball out of it. If you don't make a ball, its tendency is to open up. Once this ball is made, you can see it. It has become like this. The best way to put it is, now these corners को मैंने join करने की काफ़ी कोशिश की है so that doesn't open up. तो मैं ये अपने इसमें डाल के, because it has got water, the oil में splatter. So मैं इसको ऐसे करके इसके अंदर डाल दूंगा. And this will become brown in some time. Since ये कढ़ाई थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, I can put two together. So I'll soak another piece of bread in the same water. Soak it properly. Let the bread absorb the water, salt water. Once it's absorbed, then the same drill, press it. Press it to remove the excess of water in it. Once the slice becomes almost flat, add 1 teaspoonful of that filling. Filling को ऐड कर दिया, then roll it properly like I said, and ये joints को थोड़ा सा दबा देना, and इसको ball बना दो. Again keep squeezing it so that that excess water gets out. Okay, once this is squeezed, ensure that it is properly sealed like this, and you can place it in the oil. And the other one is cooking. You can turn it a little bit. You can see the first one we put has become brown. It is becoming brown. The second one we have put over here, that is getting cooked. So if you have more oil in a bigger kadai, 3-4 एक साथ डाल सकते हैं. But I have used a small kadai so that I use less oil. क्योंकि मैंने 3 या 4 ही बनाने हैं, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं बनाना है. So this is the way to cook it. So the first bread roll, if I tap it, it slightly become hard and it is brown also. You can see this bread roll is almost ready. So I just drain it, excess oil, and keep it aside and let this cook. Meanwhile, you can keep turning it also. Okay, let this also cook properly. ये अगर पानी कम पड़ जाता है, you can add more water and more salt and mix it so that the rest of the bread also can be used for making the bread roll. I've added some water and some more salt in this, and the procedure is the same. You put the bread slice, soak it, squeeze it with both your palms, add that masala in it, roll it properly and put it for cooking. So my friends, my bread rolls are ready for the breakfast. It is very simple to make it. The only difference between a bread roll and a bread pakoda is there is no basin in this, and it is just bread and that filling. That's it. So to taste it, you just have to split it open a little. You can eat it with tomato sauce, or you can eat it as it is. It's hot now. Mmm.